This is what built the legacy. See ya.
Hold on, let's back this up. In a city where there's seemingly a taco stand on every street corner, how do you rise above the noise and build a taco empire known around the world? Today I'm getting exclusive behind-the-scenes access to uncover exactly how Don Javier and his team built not one, but 3 of the most legendary taquerías in Tijuana, Mexico. I promise, this is a side of their operation you've never seen before. Let's dive in.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's just after 9 a.m. here in Playas, right next to Tijuana. I'm alongside Robert. Tell me, this is my keys to the castle today. What's the plan? How did I get in here? How did you get here?
Well, you got here because we have a friend in common, right? We normally don't give people access to what we're showing you today. We're essentially going to show you where all the prep gets done for Francés, Glorieta, and Franc.
This is a day in the life behind the scenes at one of the most, if not the most iconic taco shop in Tijuana. Well, actually, 3 of the most iconic taco shops in Tijuana. All right, we're gonna watch some prep. The boys are just getting breakfast. Let's go look around.
Like any great kitchen, it all starts with prep. The freshest ingredients, skilled hands, and an obsession with detail. You can't build an iconic taco that stands the test of time without a dedication to quality at every step.
Most people give you whole cilantro or like semi-cut cilantro. They just take kind of the stem off and then they give you the rest. For tacos, you cannot do that. That's the way you're supposed to chop it. There's no machine that anyone can buy to make this cut for cilantro.
So people come here to Tijuana and they try the different spots, Glorieta, Franc, and Francés, and they all fight on whose is better. It all gets prepared right here. It's all the exact same. So
yeah, they fight over the salsas, and the salsas all come from here, right?
That's perfect. So we have the tripe in one of these giant cauldrons, and the other giant cauldron is cabeza, which is the head. And they're all just being boiled up, and you see the fat rising to the top already. So this is the carniceria. This is where they cut up all of the meat for all 3 locations.
So they're gonna be cutting the pork right now, which is a special cut. So he makes a cut, opens, right? Because that's the way it sits on the trompo.
Okay.
So you cannot cut the meats the same way.
Got you, okay.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna all sit down on the
Correct,
trompo.
correct.
And here's the moneymaker. 220 pounds of thinly sliced marinated pork stacked sky high, built layer by layer by a master taquero, a process that takes equal parts engineering and artistry. The goal is to build it in such a way that as it turns over the flame, the edge is crisp, the fat renders, and the flavor deepens with every rotation. This is the main attraction, the showstopper, a meaty beacon in the night, drawing people in from all over the city. And all of this happens under the watchful eye of one man, El Jefe, the founder, Don Javier Valadez. Originally from Jalisco, he moved to Tijuana at just 16 years old. Like many, he thought his future would be working across the border, but in the meantime, he spent a year as an apprentice with his uncle, who ran a small cabeza taco cart in the city. By 17, he realized you could make a good living selling tacos and was ready to branch out on his own under his nickname, El Francés, right here in Tijuana, planting seeds in his own backyard. Because where opportunity exists, there's no need for migration. But that's a whole deeper conversation that I'm not gonna have in this episode. And if you've ever tried one of Don Javier's cabeza tacos, it's fair to assume he'd be successful anywhere he could get his hands on some cow heads. Because if adobada is the main attraction, cabeza is his crown jewel.
If there's anyone that's a master of cabeza, it's Don Javier. Most people buy the cabeza already with whatever you're eating from the cabeza already removed. We actually use a real cabeza. Same on both sides, right? When we cross the border, same thing. We use the whole cabeza, we cook the whole cabeza, because it doesn't taste the same.
As Don Javier rips apart a cow head with his bare hands, I'm amazed at the complexity of the process. There is nearly zero waste. Bones and membranes are discarded, while meat, eyes, tongues, and all the other edible bits are saved. And this bucket is just one of the many that gets passed off to the butcher, who breaks down everything into chop-friendly pieces for each shop.
So he's got maciza, ojo, paladar, cachete. He puts everything in different bags so that they know exactly what it is they're getting.
And as he works through everything from morning deliveries and the boys continue to peel, cut, juice, and prep, Don Javier says we have enough time today to grab a late morning bite at one of his favorite restaurants in the city before the afternoon chaos begins. All right, en route to our next location, and I want to break down my morning routine to give you guys an inside look at how I managed to eat tacos all day without completely falling apart. This morning, for example, it started with a great sunrise swim to get the body moving, and then it's straight to a scoop of AG1, who is also the sponsor of this week's episode. AG1 replaces a multivitamin, probiotic, and more in just one scoop. It includes superfoods and B vitamins to help keep you steady and consistent all day, antioxidants, probiotics, and functional mushrooms to support your immune system, and vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to support a healthy mood and the nervous system. Honestly, it's just great knowing that I get some nutrients in my body first thing in the morning, especially when we're out running around eating tacos and Mexican food or whatever it may be in these episodes. And side note, you don't have to bring the reusable container with you. They also have travel packs, really easy to stow away whenever you're on the move. And right now, if you use my custom link, you can get a AG1 flavor sampler and a bottle of vitamin D3 K2 for free and your welcome kit with your first subscription. That's a $72 value from me to you guys. All you have to do is scan the QR code right here or click on the custom link in my video description. And with that being said, a big thank you to AG1 for supporting this channel. And now, let's dive back into the episode.
Smell it. Smell it.
Está muy rico el café de la olla con el café americano. Es mixto. El café de la olla es muy dulce. El café americano no trae azúcar, entonces ya los dos combinan.
It's like a sweet tea mixed with coffee. That's lovely. That's great.
You know, when he came to Tijuana and he figured out, hey, you know, like, why go to LA if I can just stay here and do very well selling cabezas, right? He made that decision at that point that the best business was here, not there.
Gotcha.
So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do it here so that at some point I can open there.
Is that still an aspiration, or no, you reached it?
Well, the aspiration ended in '75. So he already chose Tijuana as a business location. At the end of the day, when you have a successful business in Tijuana, just like when you have a successful business in San Diego, people come across daily by the tens of thousands. So it's a shared economy in that sense.
I always say this, people that are outside of San Diego don't realize how connected they are.
I believe it's the most transited border in the planet.
Yeah.
But also there's a symbiosis already. And you know, some people fight to separate, some other people fight to integrate. But the reality is that it's integrated. People live on both sides of the border, they work on both sides of the border. So there's a lot of mobility.
Wow. Chilaquiles with mole, eggs, the cheese on that. That is sweet and rich. That thick mole sauce.
After a late breakfast, we head over to the Flagship Tacos El Franc in downtown Tijuana, right as the first customers of the day arrive. This is where it all comes to life. And as tempting as it is, we're not gonna eat just yet, because the real magic here, well, that happens at night.
All right, it's now 12:30, but I didn't think we opened till 2 o'clock.
Usually here during Friday and Saturday, it opens earlier than Monday through Thursday. The official time is usually 1 p.m. But if they're ready at 12:15,
It's open.
And then people start arriving at whatever time it opens.
That's very Mexican of it.
The client arrives when the taquero is ready, essentially.
And that's it.
Yeah.
If you build the trompo, they will come.
That's right.
Is that going to be done by the end of the day?
Yeah, both of them. Part of the goal is we prep fresh, right? So it's while supplies last.
Okay.
So it's almost, you know, a quarter of a ton of pork a day.
All right, true story. The best part of Tacos El Franc isn't until the evening time. So we stepped away quick,
Robert and Don Javier actually have to go back over to San Diego to check on those locations this evening. We're gonna go back for dinner and see all the chaos, and I want to give you guys the full experience in all of its glory. So in the meantime, we're on a side quest. We're in Revolution Avenue, and we gotta find a souvenir for a very special someone. So Nick's got a special someone back home, and she's actually a Ravens fan, which is fine. It'll be Go Bears, go Bills. This isn't the most travel deeper experience, but we're on a side quest, a little behind the scenes here. A break from the food porn for a second. Oh, also, we're right here. Might as well take you guys. I filmed this before. This is Pasaje Rodriguez. This was established in 1945. If you guys have been following along for a while and you saw my first Tijuana series, you know that we came here, we hung out for a little bit. The artwork and the murals in this area is incredible. And the sun is just coming down in the city and it's beautiful. Look at this glorious, glorious light. But now back to business. Let's find some souvenirs. Ray's has everything. This is Ray. Ray has all the supplies we need, right, Ray? I mean, yeah, that is pretty sweet. Yeah, you gotta get that. Oh, buddy. You gotta get them both. Are you ready for some football? Let me see. All right, we got the souvenirs checked. Hopefully no more side quests. Now the sun's coming down. We're going back to dinner to get back to Tacos del Franc to finish our day. All right, we finally made it. We're sitting down. It's just after 8:30 now in the evening, and this is when everything is happening. It is a buzz. It is just an absolute scene. We're here on a Friday night, but it's around Easter time, so a lot of people do not eat meat. So the line is only past the car garage. It's not all the way down the block. Last time I was here a few years ago, I sat at that table right behind Nick. But before we dive into the food, I want to take 2 seconds and give a shout out to Mexi Papa. If you guys know, we filmed this a couple of videos together. He's the one who originally gave me the contact to Robert and to Don Javier, so that make all of this happen, because they don't let anybody behind the scenes like we had today. Honestly, a true honor. And if you guys don't know Mexi Papa, Jorge, George, you gotta go check him out. And the other episodes that we did together, because he always knows the great spots. And this is tops.
If you haven't been to Tacos del Franc, make sure you come, man.
What'd you think?
Oh, man, 5-star, man.
Dude, it's one of the best spots that you can get for the taco.
First time here and it was fantastic.
This is our usual spot every time we come in, yeah.
And you guys come down to Tijuana?
Yes, we come often to get our stuff done.
Get our taco fix.
Where are you guys coming in from?
Chicago, man.
Oh, I did Chicago as well.
All the way, yeah, bear down, baby.
We're from Tennessee.
Guadalajara, Monterrey, Guadalajara, Guanajuato.
Yeah, I'm from Tijuana. I was born here but raised in San Diego. You know, I've been coming here like 15 years and I always come back over here to eat tacos.
We're leaving with some.
You got some tacos?
They don't got these on Clark Street, man.
And I like that they have the drive-through service too. So you don't want to sit down, they have the drive-through so they can just pull it to you.
You guys, if you want to check out the drive-thru, if you don't have time to sit down, you come see Flor. Flor, you just drive right up here, you put your order in with Flor, and she'll set it all up for you. The drive-thru at Tacos del Franc is better than McDonald's. Yes. 12 adobada.
¿Con todo?
Con todo, 2 de cabeza.
¿Ok?
¿Y por qué aquí? ¿Por qué Tacos del Franc?
Porque aquí trabaja mi mamá y yo entré a trabajar por ella.
¿En serio?
Sí. Ella es mi tía.
Ah, ok.
Tengo mucha familia aquí.
¿Y cuál es tu taco preferido?
El de cabeza.
¿De cabeza?
Sí.
Yo también.
¿Está bien nervioso?
Bien, como nerviosa.
Estaba nerviosa.
Natural.
Rápido. Cabeza.
Wow. All right, here we go. Taco number 1. We've seen the beginning to the end. This is what built the legacy. You guys know cabeza is my favorite, and this is incredible. Not fatty at all. Tender pieces of slow cooked beef in here, pulled apart by hand, pulled apart with love, separated, bagged, transported, all to get to this place to be chopped up and delivered right here. It's so soft, so delicate. Tortillas are soft, so you gotta eat them fast.
And this is just an incredible finish to the day. And of course, you can't forget a trip to the trompo. And as Mexi Papa taught me, little pepper. Look at this. See ya. And I know what you're gonna say. What does this güero know about tacos? Mira, cabrón. Este taco está delicioso. Está hermoso. Está divino. Está rico. Está perfecto. Adobado de avocado y cilantro y cebolla y tortilla de mágico. It's good. It's a really good taco. I know good flavor. I've had a bunch of tacos now. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just know it tastes good. Is that fair? The crunch of the adobadas. My taste buds are dancing, and I'm happy to be here. I'm learning a lot about crunchy tortillas. It's got a little crunch of tortilla because they cook them in that fat real quick. Electric. And these are the frijoles. Frijoles preparados. So this is the frijoles with onions, cilantro, salsa, and then also some carne asada in there. They sit right next to the grill. Smoke City. Dynamite. And fresh Jamaica. We saw the hibiscus being boiled and cooked. We saw the radishes being cut up. We saw the cucumbers being peeled. We saw the onions everywhere today. Not a bad thing on the menu, folks. I can't ask for anything better, but I will. Vampiro. So this is similar to a tostada, and this is gonna be a absolute mess. Crunchy bottom. So if you're into hard shell tacos, this is for you. That crunch is awesome. Look at that layer. Big stack of meat, a big pile of avocado, cheese on there that they were slicing earlier, and the beans on there as well, the salsa. Oh boy. Incredible. That's beautiful. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm gonna order 2 more cabezas. I'm gonna let Nick eat. Nick, did you have a good day?
Right there.
You didn't have anything yet until you dive into these. I can't wait. All right, I'm gonna shut it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Actually, if you guys haven't already, our previous episode, we went around with Tadeo and we went a full taco tour. 4 more places here in Tijuana that you gotta check out. If you haven't seen that episode yet, go check it out. And more episodes from Mexico and all over the world. That's it. Huge shout out again, Mexi Papa, Robert, Don Javier, and the whole crew here at Tacos El Franc. This is a legendary spot for a reason. See you guys on the next one. Buddy, what are you doing, bud?
¿Todo bien? Okay.
This is where you go get your pharmacy wrap. I'm not Mexican, but god damn it. I don't know where I was going with that one. Mention my name, you saw this in the video, and they'll give you a free
tequila.
You heard that? You say Gareth, and they'll get you a free tequila when you come here. Oh no, now we're getting.
He said, Gareth recommend me. There you go, look at him. This guy, okay.
Wow, look at that. With a mustache going, this actually plays. Don't cross the border, you'll be right back.
I will get you there.
Free tequila. And but you have to take a shot in this outfit.
And the picture, yes.